Kryptonites on the Road special edition Davos World Economic Forum 2020. We are actually heading towards Davos and we happen to bump into a really good friend, Steve Kelso, the man who built and ran Galaxy Digital here in Europe. It's a pleasure to see you, my friends.
Good to see you, Alex.
Good to see you, good to see you. So tell me, Davos, excited?
Absolutely. Looking forward to tomorrow. I'm speaking on a panel about the institutional adoption of digital assets. I believe that there is an awful lot of analogy between what happened in the equity market over the last 20 years and what is happening now in crypto. 20 years ago, when equities went electronic, we saw a very rapid compression in the margins. So too today in crypto, we've seen that really play out over the last 12 months. And I believe that sophisticated players, the big institutions, are again, looking where is that higher margin business. It is coming from emerging markets in terms of the flow business, and it is increasingly from derivatives and structured products. And I believe that's a very healthy thing because it is scalable. It will allow the incorporation of digital assets into portfolios using traditional risk management techniques, so it can be done in a much more sustainable, measured approach.
How has this evolution come in terms of the institutional investors? Because you've been in this for a while and people are saying that they're starting to get in there. What was your take in the past year or 2 years?
So what we saw was sort of, first half of last year, we saw the big US endowments enter the space. And that was very powerful because, of course, they represent the tip of the spear of the biggest pool of actively managed assets globally, which we call the multi-asset domain. What we've seen recently is that more and more of the multi-asset players are now starting to look at incorporating digital assets into their portfolios. A number of these players, they have initially done that off balance sheet, but increasingly we're starting to see the mandates allow the inclusion of digital assets. And I believe derivatives actually are a very good vector for portfolio managers, investment managers to do that.
That's really cool. Do you think that Bakkt has helped this kind of the institutional world? Is it bringing some good stuff for?
Absolutely. I believe that the big players like Fidelity,
Bakkt,
yeah. CME coming along with their launching options on the space as well. This is what needs to happen when more and more of the big sophisticated players get in. A, it makes the space more credible, but B, it makes it increasingly difficult for others to not get involved as well.
That's really interesting. And like Fidelity, as you know, Salomon Brothers, they created the fixed protocol, and like you said, that digitization of the platforms and everything. You are an expert in terms of emerging markets. And you tell me that you see some correlation or some really interesting crossover. Can you tell us a little bit more about what those things are?
Sure. I believe that, in my career, the two previous big investment megatrends that I saw was, first of all, in the late 90s, the development of derivative investment. That was pretty powerful. That was pretty big. But then, of course, in the early 2000s, we saw the emerging market investment boom, which, of course, was orders of magnitude bigger. I believe crypto is really an extension of that emerging market investment boom. It is about access. It is about liquidity. And these are sort of the pillars that emerging markets were built on, right? So I think that I'm much more an evolutionary rather than a revolutionary, but I just believe that, particularly with the prevailing macro today, investment managers, they're trying to balance the liquidity, the volatility and the leverage, which is easier said than done. So I think there is a lot more impetus to explore the crypto curious and explore inclusion into these multi-asset portfolios. I also think that we're very close to the era of digital assets where those less liquid investments, the fractional ownership, be it in real estate, be it bond issues, be it in venture capital, private equity, secondary holdings, I think the digitization of these is really starting to look like it's going to happen very soon.
That's really cool. So you said derivatives was a major advancement in terms of the financial markets, and obviously we have derivatives for Bitcoin itself, but as you know, it tends to be mostly Bitcoin only. and maybe some institutions Ethereum. Would you like to see more derivative products for instance, Ethereum or other tokens or coins, or what is the sentiment right now? Is it purely Bitcoin still, or?
Sure. Look, I think derivatives, remember, do two things. They provide access and they provide leverage. Those are really the two reasons why players get involved. Similarly, you need two types of player. You need a speculator and you need an end user or a hedger. So I believe that it's inevitable that more derivatives will get rolled out across other digital assets. As I say, in the case of Ethereum and the other cryptocurrencies, for sophisticated traders and trading strategies, it makes sense that you can use leverage products to hedge, to structure the risk in particular ways. But I'm probably more excited in the longer term from just the access to more traditional investments, globally, the fractional ownership, the benefits of the CAPM and the broader multi-asset portfolios. I think that's a much bigger gain because it's much more relevant to many more people.
I have a really interesting question based on what you just said. So you're talking about leverage trading or margin trading. As you may know, the FSA in Japan recently banned 100x leverage trading because they feel like you need to be a sophisticated investor or credit investor or whatever specific terminology they're using in Japan. I forgot, but how do you feel about that? Some people say, hey, they're not our dad, or they're not the police. They're not allowed to stop me from doing 100x leverage trading. But do you think that's a good thing for the general retail?
Personally, I think it's a very good thing. I think the job of the regulators is to protect the men and women in the street, right? And they have to start with retail. I believe that someone like myself, with 25 years experience managing leveraged instruments 100 to 1 for a retail investor, it's just not appropriate. I think the whole space will be a lot more sustainable if the regulators continue to do a good job of making sure things are appropriate for the right people. Better that it takes a few quarters longer and things are done properly than somebody gets hurt in a big way.
Yeah, apparently the FSA just limited at 10 to 1, so 10x for people who are not professional traders, and maybe to limit those possible negative outcomes and stuff like that. This is your second year, Steve, right here in Davos.
That's right.
Can you please share with us any tips for those who want to come to Davos in the future?
Just get out there, meet as many people as you can. Don't be shy to tell your story and listen to other people's. That's the real value. It's the relationships, it's the connecting, not just in the sound echo chamber, hearing what you want to hear, but there will be some interesting viewpoints from all sides, for and against. Listen to them all.
Listen to them all. And you also told me earlier to bring some business cards, right?
Bring lots of business cards.
That's great advice. Okay, so go and meet many people, ask them tons of questions, bring your business cards.
That's it.
And is it worth it overall? Do you think that Davos is something that can bring lots of value to people who want to come here in the future?
Absolutely. I think it's a great place. People come there with a lot of energy. That's what you need.
Fantastic. Well, your energy is definitely helping us, and I'm sure we're going to have a great time. It was awesome talking to you, my friend.
Thanks, Alex.
Dear crypto community and blockchain buddies across the globe, we are here in Davos, special edition Crypto Nights on the road, and we're super excited because we're coming up with a week full of incredible events, incredible partners, and a huge shout out to MTech, Tech Park, and of course Shaping the Future, LAN, we love you, and last but not least, World Innovations Forum. So we have an action-packed schedule, and we're gonna do our best to harass the best and get them on the show so you can get some amazing content. Don't forget to subscribe, like, and comment on every single video. It's very important so that our algos go up and we can share this content and grow the community all together and make this world a better place. So thank you so much, guys. And don't forget to tune in every Wednesday, premiering at a PC near you, 8 o'clock GMT. Love you guys and see you soon.